Hello, level zero. This is Reverend Mother, your local, maybe not local, I don't know, uh, level zero den mother. So I'm gonna try really, really hard to try and get through this little session without burping, but I am drinking a gin and tonic, and the tonic is making me super burpy. So I'm going to apologize in advance, but that's what happens when you drink tonic. Um, for anybody wanting to know, I'm drinking Favorite Tree Tonic Water, the citrus tonic. It goes most excellent with gin, especially when you don't have a lime. I don't really miss the lime with this citrus tonic. Ooh, the gin's hidden. All right. So tonight, I wanted to talk about asshole crews, um, on all sides of things. Let's just try not to be asshole crews. We'll give some examples on both sides. So, when I first started working ground as a paramedic, we did a lot of picking up of flight crews that were flying fixed wings or whatever. I picked up some of the nicest, sweetest flight crews. We'll get to those people in a little bit. But I've also picked up the asshole flight crews. The ones who, granted, I understand that I was working ground and quote unquote a lower level of care and I was green as fuck. But maybe we didn't need to be assholes towards the ground crew that's giving you a ride to the hospital either. Like, I don't expect you to treat me like an equal because I was clearly not. However, you could have been nice about it. On the flip side, I have been in the air before working with ground crews that have picked me up and who had this giant chip on their shoulder for whatever the reason. Now, I have also maybe come off as the asshole flight crew, but I'll give you an example as to why that might have been taken the wrong way. Sometimes we take very, very, very sick patients. It's kind of our bread and butter is flight, right? I have spent an hour on the plane trying to dial in my vent settings, my pump settings, get the patient really nice and settled and everything looking really good. And I have definitely had a couple ground crews. I had a pump that was beeping. I knew it was beeping. I knew why it was beeping. I didn't really care. My biggest problem was trying to get the patient off of my plane safely. And the ground crew tried to silence my pump. I got very, very, very stern with him, or her. I can't remember them. What it doesn't really matter, because they were touching my pump that I spent an hour trying to tune this patient and all of their drips and the vent settings to the nice setting that they were finally at, hopefully at, I don't even remember. But I yelled at the crew because I needed them not to touch what I had just spent an hour trying to fix. Another scenario, pretty much the same kind of scenario, except they tried to touch my vent. The fastest way to piss me off is to touch the vent that I've spent a very long time trying to get this patient situated on. And in those cases, I don't know that I went back and, apologized. So that I will grant you was a dick move, an asshole move. But, putting that much energy into taking care of a patient that's sick, I get very possessive over the work that I did. And while I do think that I've had times where ground crews are very helpful when I was working in flight, sometimes I just need them to not touch my shit, not touch my buttons. Or ask, I'm a big proponent of, hey, do you need me to help silence that? Whatever. I'll be nice if you ask me if you want to help and if it's something that I'm okay with you helping, whatever, I don't mind. But yeah, don't touch my buttons. I will want to chop your fingers off for touching the buttons. So don't touch the buttons. But yeah, don't be assholes to each other, you guys. So this is the dead mother coming out hardcore tonight. Maybe it's the tonic, the gin and tonic, but Don't be assholes, you guys. You don't need to be a dick to the ground crew that's picking you up just because they're super green and don't know what they're doing. Be mentors, be nice. Let them ask you questions. You know, I love, okay, maybe not 5 o'clock in the morning answering questions, but if you have questions about what we're doing or vice versa, don't be an asshole to your flight crew, even though it's the seventh flight call you've picked up for the night running ground. Ask them questions if you want to know something. Some of them are going to be nice about it, some of them aren't. I hope the ones that aren't are listening and can not be dicks to you. But we're all a family, help the little siblings along. Oh, that was mean. I should not have said that. Help the new green people along. Help the people that have been doing this probably longer than you've been in flight along. Be nice to them. We all play a role in these calls. Or even if you're on a scene. I haven't done a lot of scene calls, but in flight. But don't be assholes to the crew. I know that we've got double E's that run out in some of my areas, and they do all that they can to help us, so they can't get IVs and stuff like that. We don't need to be assholes to them either. You served your purpose, not served your purpose. Again, you have a role to play and you did what you could do. Yeah. Don't be assholes to each other, you guys. Be nice. I do have nights, though, that I am so fucking tired that I just don't want to talk to anybody. So, read the room, too. So don't be Ricky Rescue. Trust me, I've been the Ricky Rescue before. But don't be the Ricky Rescue that asks 500 questions and you can see that your flight crew is fucking exhausted because they're running their asses off and don't really want to talk. Because that is definitely my MO when I'm super tired and super cranky, or if I have been working with a shitty partner. I don't want to talk to you. Don't take offense to it. Just understand that it's been a really long night and I just don't fucking feel like talking to anybody, let alone answering questions. So, don't be assholes to each other, but also read the room. We're all tired, all of us, especially now. We've talked about it. Being animated with my hands and hitting the mic again. So just read the room. Don't be assholes. Understand we're all tired. Sometimes we just need it to be quiet. I've definitely there was a solid year where I had the shittiest partner ever. And probably just came off as very much an asshole. And I do apologize for that. But, God, my partner was an asshole. So read the room, understand that if we seem a little terse in our answers, that maybe we just need to back off on the questions a little bit. But I do like answering questions when I'm in a good mood. So there's that, especially if it has to do with what's going on with this patient at the time. So I'm going to try something new. We're going to wrap up the session because it's short and I'm apparently a little hyper from my gin and tonic. Oh, and I ate a cupcake for dinner from leftover. It was a leftover cupcake from a baby shower today. So that might be where the hyper is coming from. But we're going to try and end the day, the night, the session, whatever, with a bit of advice. So couple Sadboi Chronicles, is this still what we're calling it? I don't even know. Ago, we talked about talking to people about shit. So today, if you're feeling like that buildup of frustration, whatever you want to describe it, that buildup of whatever it is that's keeping you down, why don't you try and reach out to a friend and talk about maybe the last shitty call you had. It doesn't have to be deep, just try and get it off of your chest. Because the longer we hold those in, the worse it gets. And the more you turn to other means of getting those off of your chest. Here's hoping it's still recording because my computer just went black. That's weird. Yeah, so reach out to somebody. Open up about a shitty call you experienced. Even if it again wasn't like really bad, as far as like the scene wasn't really bad, but the stories were bad. Because for me, it's the stories that really get to me, not necessarily the car accident where everybody was DOA. It's the stories around some of the other calls that really get to me. So reach out to somebody this week and talk about some of it. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to even do a lot. Just try. I think that's all I have for today. We'll talk to you guys later. Be safe. Be nice to people. Understand that we are all going through shit. Good night.